everyone, and welcome back to Emery's Bedtime Stories. In today's video, we will be reading chapter 22 of Restart. I hope you enjoy this chapter. A quick recap on the last chapter. In the last chapter, Chase was struggling to choose if he was going to follow up his friend's story or tell the truth. He had to decide between his old self or his new self. Now when he's kicked out of the video club, he realizes that he's already lost his old self. Let's begin chapter 2, Shoshanna Weber. I must be the stupidest person in the history of the world. I get straight A's in school, but obviously that doesn't mean anything. All it proves is I know how to study for a geography test. As a judge of a character, I'm an F-. I let that jerk, that alpha rat dude, trick me into believing he was different. He was a nice guy. Well, a leopard never changes his spots. And that goes double for streaming low life like Chase Ambush. Falling off the roof, having amnesia, big deal. It doesn't mean you're not a rotten person today just because you can't remember being one yesterday. I can't even face my poor brother, and not just because his eye looks like a direct hit from a cannonball. It's all my fault. I'm the one who told my parents that the coast was clear and that it was safe for Joel to come home. And I ended up bringing him back into the same line of fire that almost broke his spirit last year. I could kick myself, except for the fact that my toes are pointing in the wrong direction. I can't get anything right. It isn't that just that Chase has gone back to bullying ways. It's that first he convinced everybody he was a new person. And we went for it. Hook, line, and stinker. Not just me, but the video club, the teachers, Dr. Francois, the whole school. That must have been his plan all along, to lure us into a false sense of security before pouncing one more time. What a plan it was to ruin Brendan's video, wreck the music room, attack Joel, and blame the whole thing on an imaginary fire. Chase was behind it from the very beginning, from a strategy standpoint. You almost have to admire it. It sure succeeded with flying colors, and Joel has colors to prove it. Black and blue, mostly. I wish I could take my video project and flush it down the toilet. I'd rather lose all the time and throw away the best work I've ever done than to do anything linking my name to Chase Ambush. Comparing to what's happened to my brother, the National Video Journalist Contest is about as meaningful as counting snowflakes in a blizzard. That's another reason, too, I hate myself, that I would let my ambition to win a lousy contest make me so blind. I never should have allowed myself to be pushed into partnering up with Chase, no matter what Brendan and Mr. Lilo say. I don't care that the project is on a really great and interesting guy. It wouldn't make any difference. If we got an interview with all the signers of the Delectrical of Impedance, brought back to life and reformed into a boy band, it just isn't worth it. For the smartest kid in school, Brendan's even dumber than I am. He's got his thick head that there's a chance that Chase might be innocent. I don't know, Shoshanna, he insists. It was Aaron and Bear who busted up the chute. Chase could have been trying to stop them. Oh, sure, I return. And he just happened to show up at exactly right moment. He didn't show up, he argues. I sent Kimberly to get him. Joel said you didn't send her for Chase. They did. There was a lot going on, he admits. It's hard to remember, but I think they sent her first, and then I did. Why couldn't you go yourself? Because I was stuck in a tuba, he replies. It's the most natural thing to happen in the world. Happens to everyone, right? Listen, I tell him, my poor brother has a tentacle color face. Constructory of the guy you say might be innocent. That could have been an accident, he says. A tug of war with the fire extinguisher. Maybe Chase was trying to protect Joelle? I roll my eyes. Let him protect somebody else. When it came time to lie his way out of the blame, he was right there with Aaron and Bear. That's all the proof I need. I know what it looks like, he agrees, nodding his head. But doesn't Chase deserve the benefits of the doubt? Listen, I challenge. If what you say is true, then Aaron and Bear set him up and nearly got him kicked out of school. And where is he this very moment? At football practice with the same Aaron and Bear, who should be his worst enemies. What does that tell you? Well, it's not like he can come to video club anymore. And in the cafeteria, I persist. Who does he eat lunch with? The football team. We don't let him sit at our table. We're protecting Joelle. That's the real meaning of protection, not cold coking somebody with fire extinguisher. I'm so mad at that jerk, and you should be too. He's like a cobra. He lured us in, and we trusted him. Then he struck, and now he's slithered back to his old life, as if nothing ever happened. Joelle may be the one who's bleeding, but the attack was on all of us. And he agrees. Brendan knows I'm right. However much he wants to convince himself that Chase is innocent, the whole club knows that we're better off without a guy like that. So how come his name keeps popping up again and again and again at our meetings? The camera works a little shaky. You've got to keep it more smooth, like Chase. Yeah, that's a cool shot. It was Chase's idea to film it worm's eye view. The kid's a mumbler. Can you hear the audio clearly? Because Chase lay on the floor and held up the microphone just out of frame. Can we please stop talking about Chase Ambush? I explode. He's not a god. He's just a person, and a lousy person at that. He belongs in the football team with all the other muscular heads. Actually, he belongs chained into a slab of concrete at the bottom of the Marianas Trench. But I'll take the football team if he gets him away from us. Joelle has been silent throughout this. He now speaks up. Am I the one who's noticed that the video club has gotten kind of lousy? What are you saying? I demand. He shrugs. We all watched Warrior. It's fantastic. Nobody's doing that kind of work anymore. I'm furious. You think that's because we don't have him? My brother looks at me with his one good eye. Just because I hate Chase Ambush doesn't mean I have to fall to pieces every time someone mentions his name. Go ahead, talk about him. I can handle it. This isn't last year. No matter what, I'm not going to be chased out of town again. We slap him on the back and pound his shoulder. A few of us even cheer. It almost reminds me of the football team. Although I've never admit it, Mr. Lilo gives him a big hug. Maybe I can stop beating myself up for getting Mom and Dad to bring him home from Melton. The very worst happened, and he's okay. I look at my little's in like quotation marks, just so you know, brother, 14 minutes younger than me. He's growing up. That was the end of chapter 22. And guys, do you think 14 minutes is really that young? I know I don't. Okay. Well, that was a pretty interesting chapter. I really enjoyed it. And if you did too, hit that like button and subscribe. I would really like to reach my goal of 100 subscribers this year. Thank you, and have a great day. Bye. Where will your next reading adventure be? Come back tomorrow and you will see. Dream big, dream books. Bye.